Hey everyone, welcome back to BlockRoots. This is Josh, and it is a late night edition of BlockRoots. It's about midnight here almost, and so I haven't been feeling well today. It took me a little bit to be able to get on YouTube after some rest, and I'll probably go to bed shortly, but we did want to get on here and just talk not only about the market, but give away $100 in Bitcoin to somebody who answered the disruptive technology question on the last video, and so we do like to give away Bitcoin. Try to do that every week. The only thing that you have to do is just subscribe to the channel. Really easy. Click the red button below and then leave a comment. You can say anything like nice video, or you can really give your comment and engage and say, hey, I think it's going to 10,000 tomorrow. Hey, I think it's going to 3,000 again. Whatever your opinion is, we always enjoy to hear it. So feel free to leave any comments below. As always, everything in this video is our own opinion. It's not financial advice. I'll try to keep the video short because I don't really want to edit it because I'm tired. And with that said, we'll go ahead and get started. And so before we give away the Bitcoin, let's go ahead and look at Nomics.com. Again, if you guys don't know about Nomics, Nomics.com, Nomics is a competitor to CoinMarketCap, and competitor meaning that they show exchange market data, and it's a fantastic website. Clay Collins has done a great job. If you don't know Clay Collins, he created Lead Pages, and then he's still a part of that, but he came out to create Nomics, and he's just doing a phenomenal job. This is not a paid advertisement. We are actually Nomics customers. We do use the API with BlockRoots, and so just really happy with Clay and the crew and what they're doing. So again, I encourage you to check out Nomics over CoinMarketCap. I do like that they have information that you're not going to find like on CoinMarketCap, such as the transparent volume. So really just showing you for each crypto asset how much volume is coming from an exchange that is really truly transparent. Now, even with Bitcoin, it says 23%, and which is low probably compared to what we would think. But again, you have to think a lot of the volume coming from Bitcoin is from those shady exchanges from the middle of nowhere islands that aren't regulated. And so again, just be aware of that. But let's go ahead and just go down here and look. Bitcoin had a pretty good day. It did pop up to around 95, 9,600, and then of course drop back down around 93, 94. So about up 1%. Ethereum, Litecoin was a big winner today, about 12% up. As far as most of the other assets, really didn't change that much. I mean, EOS was up 6%. Cardano had a run lately, and so it's pulling back a little bit too. Ethereum Classic as well. Monero had a little pop in there. I think it got up to as high as $75 and then came back down. Tezos, again, a lot of people are big fans of Tezos right now. Somewhat bullish on it because with the staking with exchanges now, I think that Cosmos and Tezos probably have a really good chance to run up in the next bull market. I actually don't own either one. As far as my bag of cryptocurrencies right now, it's primarily Bitcoin. I own Ethereum. I do own some Decred, and then also here in 25 on the list, I own some Zcash, which has popped really nice lately. Of course, it got down to as low as $26, $27, $28 last month, and then it's just went on a tear since then. So Zcash was, severely oversold, and a lot of people, it was kind of a meme. Like if you bought Zcash, it was just going to go down later and later. But eventually, of course, that broke, and it has reversed. And I do foresee, as far as Zcash, I did have some Monero, and Monero's last all-time high was around $400 to $500. Zcash was as high as $800 to $900. And so for Zcash to be less than Monero, plus have a 2x all-time high compared to Monero, I do believe that Zcash can do it again. I believe that Zcash can overtake Monero as far as the price. So that's why I actually have a little bit more money in Zcash long-term for a long-term investment. And so I do look at all-time highs. Some of those coins that hit really high are dead now. I mean, again, you look at something like Nano that hit like $40, $50, Walton Chain, those types of coins that are under $1, around $1 now that aren't doing anything. Relative to that, something like Zcash, Monero, they actually have the opportunity to hit their all-time high again or above. So I am a big believer in that, and so I do own some Zcash, and that's why. So but they've been doing really well. But as far as the top 25, there you go. Again, Nomics.com, fantastic website. We do like to use this for API, so check it out when you guys have time. The only other thing before we talk about Bitcoin, I do want to look at the different the market structure and the different levels here. But one reminder also too is crypto tax season. Why do I know that? It's because I just did my crypto taxes. Now I typically use token tax, and I've shared this with you guys before. But what I saw is that a lot of traders and a lot of people actually needed to pay up in this $800 level, the $799 tax pro per year. So what I did was I actually went out to kind of look around at other type of software. I always recommend people pay their taxes, and this is with any country. And the cool thing about these software programs is that they actually work really with any country. Yes, specifically with the United States, but also to Canada and a lot of other countries. Now, one of the ones that I found that you may have seen is CryptoTrader.tax, and I actually have a 10% discount for this. And so if you want to go below, I'll leave the link, and if you click that link, sign up, and then you can get the 10% discount. I'll post that. And basically, the cool thing about this is that if you've never used this before, I can explain this in 1 minute. Basically, you sign up for this. You pick every single exchange that you use to buy and sell cryptocurrency. You can either download the trade history via an Excel and upload it, or you can get an API, get the API key, and then basically connect the exchange to the tax guide here, to CryptoTrader.tax, and then it'll automatically fill in all your trades. And so this is what it's going to look like here on the right. Basically, it tells you your gain or your loss for that trade when you acquired it and when you sold it. And it's going to give you the overall net gain or the overall net loss. And of course, if you have a net loss, you can actually claim that as a loss, capital loss, up to $3,000 on this year's taxes. That's at least for the United States. And of course, any capital gains you'll have to pay typically depends either 15 to up to your tax bracket on that as well. But it gives you this report. And the cool thing about it in the end is it'll actually upload it also automatically on the website to the IRS form that you need. And so you don't have to do any of this work. You just put in your name and your social security number if you're in the United States, and it fills in the rest, and that's all your accountant needs. Or also, if you go to an accountant, if you go online, you can actually upload or convert this to TurboTax. So they're a partner with TurboTax as well. It's pretty easy. And so the cool thing about this, and why did I choose this compared to the $799 of token tax, you can actually get this for $299 max or less. And so again, $299 for unlimited trades is a really sweet deal. And so I would consider that if you guys want to do this plus the 10% off that I'm going to give you when you click the link below, that'll be another $30 off that. So you're looking at $269 for this instead of $799, $800. And so CryptoTrader.tax, I'll leave the link below. You guys check that out if you want, and we'll go ahead and talk about the markets. And so, when it comes to Bitcoin, what are we doing here? Looking pretty good. We're in this range for 42 days, and of course, Bitcoin just broke out and has just been moving up naturally with the pullbacks, right? But if I go ahead and show you guys these lines, I actually showed this chart earlier on Twitter. And I made these circles here because what I wanted to do is say, look, hey, a lot of people right now are saying, the bottom was way too easy. That was really easy to get this past bottom. I don't think it's the bottom. But if you think about it, you only had 9 days to buy in the 6K range. That's not even the very, very bottom. That's just at the top of high 6K thousands or high 6,000, 68, 69,000. You only had 9 days to get that. So again, I think very few people actually bought in at these levels, which to me tends to be bullish because we know that the majority are typically wrong. And so most people did not get in on that range. And so for me, I feel like, again, that's another reason, not only that, but a lot of the reasons that I talked about is a bullish sign as far as a potential reversal, at least short term, right? It can always come back down there. But for now, I do believe that we continue up. Now, as far as the market structure, again, you look at these ranges here, and these form these support resistance areas. And so really what we want to see here is that Bitcoin holds this area. Okay, I know that we're way up here right now, but look what happened. Here is the previous close on the daily. We noticed that 9,500s was the top right there as far as a close, and also too it acted as support here, flipped into resistance, right? Bounced here, and then it couldn't close above that. Now, what do you see? You see Bitcoin tapping up there. And typically, it's not going to break probably on the first time. What we could see here is that Bitcoin kind of comes back down and then drives back up. Or we can see potentially, too, Bitcoin fall back down at this area, retest this, and we need to have a bounce from there. So for me, is Bitcoin going to have a pullback? Well, certainly so. I mean, it can't continue to do this forever. You know, like right here and right here, you're going to have these pullbacks. But as long as we hold in the 8K, 8,200 area, as long as we hold this level right here, that change from resistance to support, then that's a confident sign that we can continue to move on up, okay? Now, if we break this range, right, specifically even down here in the 8K level, we're probably going to go back down and retest this area down here. Now, it could bounce from here. Really what this could happen is this could be a big range over a period of time as well. I don't think that's going to happen. What I think will happen is that we come up here, we pull back, but eventually we break up here. And when we break up in this 9,500 area, you know that price is probably going to run up to at least $10,100. I think as well, we can actually see price go up even higher. So between 10,100 up to around 10,400. I think that would be the peak, right? Because again, this was kind of the last peak area right here that acted as resistance before it just kind of toppled on down. So I do believe that we can get that high. But again, it's going to need a pullback, okay? And so if this is a true trend reversal, again, you have to look just kind of like the previous trend reversal, right? We kind of moved on up, pulled back, moved on up, pulled back, went sideways, and then, you know, somewhat of a correction here. But if you zoom out, the more you zoom out, the more sideways this actually looks, right? So this correction, it's been a long time since the high in last June 2019. But again, it's not that bad considering that a year ago, you know, we were way down here, right? So, you know, we're definitely 2x from there right now, from the bottom. Right now, we're 3x from there. And so this right here, I'm not too worried about where we're currently at. I think Bitcoin is looking pretty good. And really, for me to get worried, we're going to have to break below 8,000. If we don't do that, I don't really care. I have been accumulating, like I said, some Zcash. I accumulated as well some Ethereum because it's looked pretty strong, and I've accumulated some Bitcoin, and I plan to keep doing that on dips. For me, I would rather long a pullback than try to short a resistance, right? Because I do believe that, you know, a lot of people tend to get, they've been shorting since down here, you know, since December. They've been shorting for a month, and they've been primarily wrong, except for this time right here, you know, in a couple weeks ago. But, you know, bottom line, whenever you have a trend reversal, you want to short or buy at dips and really just see how it plays out. I mean, if you're in this for the long haul anyway, it doesn't really matter. You know, if you're buying at 9,000 or 8,000, I mean, what's $1,000 when Bitcoin's going to be potentially, you know, 20,000, 30,000 or more in the future? Yes, I know 100,000, I hear that, but practicality wise, right, 20, 30, 40K, you know, you're looking at some great returns. And so, again, not too worried about this. You know, I show this line down here because this is about the equivalent to buying in the 6K range that I showed earlier where you had 9 days, right? Right here, you actually had more than 9 days to buy below this level. So I'm just saying that I think that you had less time to buy these lows than you had down at the 3K area below 3,500. So, you know, I am bullish on this. We do, again, if I were to pull out the 200 moving average, right, we're now above that. And so if price falls, bounces off that, that would also be a good sign. Notice also how the 200-day moving average was angling down, and look what we've got. We're starting to get a neutral here, and as soon as the 200-day moving average starts to curve and move up, that's going to be a positive sign because, right, last time that happened, of course, the 200-day moving average is quite the lagging indicator. It was right here, and that was after that big giant move, right, back in April of 2019. And so what I would rather look at potentially is more like the 100-day moving average and possibly the 50-day moving average. But the 100-day moving average and the 50 and the 20, I mean, they're all curled up right now. And so, again, that is a bullish sign when all the moving averages start to change. That typically represents a trend change, right? When they all kind of line up together and move on up. And so for me, as long as we stay above this 200-day moving average, specifically, I want to stay above this 100 and stay above the 8K range. The 100-day moving average is around 8K right here with the 8,200 market structure area. If we can do that, I feel like it's going to be a bullish outcome. So with that said, that's just kind of my thoughts right now. We got to battle this area as far as 9,500, but as soon as we do, I think we're going to continue to move on up to at least 10,100, possibly 10,400. After that, the sky's the limit for the fact that this area was the point of control as far as this range right here. 10,150, I do believe, was the most traded area price. And so if you can break above that area and stay above it, that is a good sign to continue to move upward up into probably the $11,000 to $12,000 range. And so let's go ahead and give away some free Bitcoin. So last video, let's go ahead and pick a winner. So the winner of the Bitcoin for this week is Michael D. He left a nice big message here about disruption with the topic that we talked about with the CBD and as well as Bitcoin as well. So again, we're all big fans of disruptive technology. And again, Michael D, thanks again for the comment. We will send you $100 of Bitcoin. And if you're interested in that, just subscribe to our channel, leave a comment below. We always would love to have you part of our community. If you do have more questions on today's video, just feel free to reach out to us. You're going to find us at Cantor & Clark and Josh_Rager on Twitter. You can also find us at BlockRoots.com. We are there each and every day. And again, we look forward to creating some more videos. I hope that you guys have a great night or a great start to your day. Of course, if you're on the Eastern Hemisphere, I'm about to head to bed. And again, hope that you guys continue to trade safe and effectively. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.